developed by these student athletes. Please give these athletes your encouragement and support. Efforts to flood the talents of all participants is greatly appreciated. Steering, taunting, and intimidating the umpires, coaches, or athletes is unacceptable and unsportsmanlike. This time I'd like to ask everyone to please rise and remove all hats and face the flag in center field as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Before we begin today's varsity game, we'd like to the lives of our players, their mothers. To all the moms here today and those cheering from afar, thank you. Today, as a special tribute, each player is wearing a shirt with his mother's name on the back. A small gesture to honor the big role you played in their journey. Your names are more important than just letters on a jersey. They represent the countless hours, the sacrifices, the support, and the love that have shaped these athletes into the young men that they are. Mom, this game, and so many moments like it, wouldn't be possible without you. From all of us, thank you. Now, let's play ball. Defensive lineup for the Indians. First base, number 2, T.L. Martin. Second base, number 14, Cal Potter. Third base, number 24, Leighton Stern. Shortstop, number 8, Jasper Ballard. Left field, number 10, Colin Rock. Center field, number 3, Bryson Vasquez. Right field, number 7, Seth Yoder. Catching, number 9, Tyler Thompson. And on the mound, number 6, Jake Schwartz. Batting order for Lapel. Leading off, number 6, Tim Novak. Batting second, number 4, A.J. Nunley. Batting third, number 18, Riley Hudson. In the cleanup spot, number 13, Jackson Christ. Batting fifth, number 11, Ty Newman. Batting sixth, number 7, Darrell Justin. Batting seventh, number 44, Ray Smith. Batting eighth, number 3, Eli Sahusky. And batting ninth, number 2, Clay Hall. Thanks for Lapel is Mr. Matt Campbell. And for the Indians, Mr. Jack Stone. Umpires once again.
Well, everybody, welcome. Mississinewa High School. I'm assuming this is today's starting lineup for the Lapel. They are going to be the away team in Game 2 of this round robin. Lapel defeated Northfield, what was it, 14-1? 16-1
yeah.
In that first game, and Mississinewa Indians now try to defeat the behemoth Lapel, Aiden. I believe they're, 18-1, 19, something like that on the season?
Yeah, they're 18-1. They're a very good squad. Only have one loss on the season. That was a 6-8 loss to HSC.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, that's a pretty good season so far. But real quick to run down the lineup. Camden Novak, A.J. Nunley, Riley Hudson, Jackson Kripe, Kai Newman, Daryl Gustin, Ray Smith, Eli Shinoki, sorry if I butchered that, Quaid Hall, and then the designated player is Jacoby Nunley. Aiden, let's get ready for baseball today, and you'll take it away, man.
All right, we got Jacob Schwartz on the mound today. And see the first pitch right there, just a little bit high. Behind the home plate is Kyler Thompson. If you've been keeping up with the Indians, you notice that they beat Madison Grant on Thursday. That's a strike right there, so it is 1-1 right now. They beat Madison Grant 3-1. Kavion Martin pitched that game, only allowed one hit. And it was the one hit was actually a bunt that barely stayed in fair territory. So really a very good game by Kavion last week.
Yeah, huge game, and it followed up the week before. I believe Kenny Ayala threw a no-hitter. So a couple of really big pitching performances in the last couple of weeks here for the Indians.
Right now it is a 3-1 count as that last ball was in the dirt. Nice block by Kyler Thompson, though. See what Jacob's going to throw here. And that'll be ball 4, and that's a walk to start off.
Not exactly what you want to start here this morning. I guess it's afternoon. It just passed over 12 o'clock here. But I was going to say it's nice that Jacob Schwartz would probably be considered their third starter here for the Indians, and that's a pretty good third starter if I don't say so myself. When you have Kenny Ayala and Kavion Martin anchoring your rotation.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Jacob's no slouch. He's been on the mound 6 times this year. Pitched pretty good. Not a good example right there, but
hey, everybody struggles to start the games.
Yeah.
Even in that game against Madison Grant, and then even in the Oak Hill game when Kavion Martin started, he pitched really well other than those first innings. It gave him a little bit of trouble, but he locked in after that.
Very much so. This is A.J. Nunley right here batting. The leadoff batter was Camden Novak, as the bat never left his shoulder, and it hasn't left for the shoulder of A.J. Nunley either, so we haven't seen a swing yet. As here comes pitch number 3.
Runner is off, and Kyler drops the ball trying to transfer it, and he steals second base. I believe that was a strike. Okay.
That was a strike. Very good strike right down the middle. Jacob Schwartz has 11 strikeouts on the season.
Nunley is batting .446 on the year with 29 hits, 13 RBIs, so a runner in scoring position for him early on in this game already.
And again, we mentioned this is a very good Lapel team, as he hits this one deep into right field, and it is caught, and the runner's going to take off. He tags up and will make it to third.
Let's see if that locks Jacob Schwartz in, though. He got that first out of the inning. It's always hard to get that first one, but now he's got to get out of some trouble with the runner on third and 1 out.
Very good hit by Nunley. At least moved the runner. So even though it wasn't out, it was still a very productive out, to say the least. This is Riley Hudson.
And Aiden, you talked about how good this Lapel team was. They have 13 guys on their team batting .300 or better, which is pretty unbelievable.
It's unbelievable, and not to mention, like, you take a look at the teams they're playing, they're not playing slouches. They're playing really good squads. We mentioned, like, their one loss was to HSC. That's a top 5 high school in Indiana based on size. Like, that's incredible.
Riley Hudson is batting .356 on the year, 19 RBIs, a good RBI chance for him. Anything in the infield or outfield is definitely a run. That's going to be ball 2.
Riley Hudson, a 3-sport athlete, played football and basketball. Football team actually won sectionals this year before losing to Indianapolis Lutheran in regionals. Is it a 2-1 count with 1 out? And Hudson flies this one out into center field, and that's going to be caught by Bryson Vasquez. And now can the runner make it to home? And he will, and that will score 1 run.
Yeah, that ball was hit way too deep for Bryson out there to even have any sort of a chance. Unfortunately, but the Bulldogs get the first run on the board of the game, and now if you're Schwartz, you got to stop him right here. No more runs in this inning, and giving up one is not a horrible start to the game.
Unfortunately, though, up to bat is Jackson Kripe, a phenomenal athlete on both the diamond and the gridiron.
Kripe is batting .353 on the year.
And that first one's going to be a ball, just a little low, make it 1-0.
It's a good look at Kripe right there. He's just a tall, athletic kind of freak.
Oh, yeah, he definitely is. I mentioned Jacob Schwartz earlier. He's only allowed 8 hits on the year with 12 runs.
And that's going to be ball 2. Look close from up here, but umpires had a tight strike zone, which is not a bad thing necessarily.
Oh, no, not at all. That one's a strike, though, right there. So
only thing we ask is that it's consistent.
Oh,
right?
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I think the players say that, too. They don't care if you're letting outside strikes go or calling them or whatever. As long as it's consistent on both sides, that's all that matters.
For sure. And this one's hit right to Jasper Ballage, and he gets the out over to Kavion Martin.
That was a perfect hop right into the breadbasket of Ballage right there. And way to get Schwartz out of the inning. As we move into the bottom of the first inning, we'll give you the starting lineup for the Indians. We just said Kavion Martin's name. He's playing first base, batting leadoff for the Indians. He's done that a couple of games here in a row. Good, quick athlete. Batting second is a center fielder, Bryson Vasquez. Batting third, Aiden, is the left fielder, Kellen Rock, and he, in their last game, not the last game, but 2 games ago, had a massive tank walk-off 2-run home run against Alexandria. So let's see if he can continue that hot hitting. Batting cleanup is going to be the right fielder, Seth Yoder. Batting fifth is the third baseman, Leighton Stearns. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Callan Quadrer. I said Callan this time and not Nolan, so I'm good there. Batting seventh is the catcher, Kyler Thompson. Batting eighth is a DH, Gavin Baumgartner. And batting at ninth is the shortstop, Jasper Ballage. Schwartz will not be batting today. And I was going to say, Gavin, I like how they put Gavin Baumgartner back in there because he was the only one with an official RBI in that Madison Grant game. The others were scored on errors, so no RBIs. But
yeah, he hit a nice blooper right in front of that landed right in front of the center fielder last game that scored, I believe, Leighton Stearns, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on that, though. As Kavion Martin's going to be up to bat, like you mentioned, was not always batting first the entire season. Was batting second to start for a little bit, where we had Bryson Vasquez at first. He is right now currently has a one. Hold on, I lost my count. He has 176 on the year.
And Aiden, just a quick update. The Lady Indians softball team is in Fort Wayne playing Homestead right now in a doubleheader. They lost the first game 4-1, but the second game is still in the top of the first inning, and the Indians lead 7-0.
Oh, wow.
In the top of the first inning. And if you haven't gotten out to watch a softball game this year, that team is no joke this year. They definitely are vying for a sectional title this year, and they are exciting to watch. A 7-0 on a good Homestead team.
Not only a sectional title, but right now they hold first place in the conference. Yes, they lost to Madison Grant, but with their win over Alexandria on Tuesday, they gave Alexandria their one conference loss so far, so it is tied 1 loss.
Yeah, they also beat Alexandria on a walk-off. So both teams on the same day beat Alexandria on walk-off hits. Yeah. That one was a single by Ali Trejo.
Yeah, it's a rough day to be a Tiger that day in Gas City.
Yes, it for sure was. Quick 0-2 count on Kavion to start off.
And he hits that one. That was a
And
nice swing.
Matt Stevens just let us know, Aiden, that tennis also beat Alexandria that same night. So nothing going right for. And then another quick update: our track team just won the conference last night.
Oh, okay.
At the CIC conference last night here at Mississinewa. So
you're
a
telling
lot of good spring sports happening here for the Indians.
So you're telling me Alexandria came to Gas City and lost 4 times in the same week?
They did. Unfortunate for them, but they are still very good teams. They just had a rough night all around.
Yeah.
2-2 count now on KVon.
No disrespect to any of the teams either. We mentioned that was softball's first loss of the season for
They
Alexandria.
were ranked number 1 and 2A in the state, so they're still very good.
Not to mention, that's a strikeout.
A called third strike on the inside corner. That was close, but like we said, he's calling it consistently both sides so far. See how it goes. And Aiden, I don't know if we got to say it, but the Indians are wearing these pink shirts today, and they are for Mother's Day, just a small gesture to thank all the mothers. And you can't really see it on camera. Let's see if I can get it right here. On the backs of their shirts are their names of their moms. So I think that's a pretty cool little tribute to their moms here today.
Yeah. Little unfortunate that we couldn't do it last year. I know my mom's name would have been on my brother's back. To be fair, probably would have ran out of letters or space. So.
You guys got she has a long last name.
Is it last name?
Oh, that's rocket down the left field. Just foul.
Now, Bryson Vasquez batting .265 this year. This is a kid that I have been personally really impressed with this season. He sat the bench on varsity his first 2 years. He's a junior. And
he had some big defensive shoes to fill from Nolan Quater in center field, and he's done a great job of it.
As he strikes out right there. But I still want to praise the kid. Going into this year, I was not expecting him to be one of the key contributors on this team the way he has been. Been phenomenal. He's been batting so much better than he has in the past. He's been fielding so much better than he has in the past. He has really stepped it up this year. And
that's a swinging strike one. This Lapel pitcher, I don't know who the pitcher is today. Let's see. It is Kai Newman. He is lighting up the strike zone with strikes, and the Indians have not made a whole lot of contact so far.
That one's low and inside for Kellen. So that'll be a 1-1 count now. Here comes the third pitch, and that one's going to be a strike. Mentioned that Kellen Rock hit a home run to end the year. There's another guy that I've been impressed with this year. Struggled batting-wise a little bit last year. Strikes out right there, unfortunately. So
hey, what an inning by Kai Newman.
Yeah, that was an incredible inning right there.
3 strikeouts, I believe, right?
Yeah, that was 3 strikeouts. Very good. Kai Newman, 3-0 on the season. 6 appearances on the plate. As it leads the team in strikeouts with 53 strikeouts.
And how many appearances?
6.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 3 at first, and I was like, 53 strikeouts and 3 appearances is crazy.
Yeah. He pitched 26 innings with 53 strikeouts. Only allowed 11 hits on the season so far.
I would say that that's pretty good.
Yeah, very good. Not only that, but no doubles, no triples, and no home runs given up. And he has faced 108 batters and has only allowed 10 runs.
Okay, I was going to say, I looked up the innings. So he has 6 appearances, but 26 innings, 53 strikeouts. So that's 2 strikeouts an inning.
Yeah.
That is absolutely phenomenal for high school baseball.
Oh, yeah.
That's phenomenal for professional baseball if you can consistently strike out 2 batters an inning. But either way, in the top of the second now, the Indians are trying to get back into that batter's box. As we can clearly see after that first inning, they're going to need as many reps against Kai Newman as possible here today.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It was kind of the same situation last year against Mississinewa, too, in the same round robin. Lapel got up early against Mississinewa and pitched their very good pitcher. I'm going to look and see who pitched against us that day. They pitched their very good pitcher, was up 3-0, and in the last inning, they switched him out and put in their closer, and it immediately resulted in Mississinewa getting runners in scoring position and a chance to actually win the game in the final inning before they end up losing 3-1. I'm pretty sure.
Their pitcher that inning was Kai Newman. He had 11 strikeouts in 6 innings in that game.
Yep. Stumbling, but still making the catch is the right fielder. Who is over there?
Seth Yoder's out in the right field tonight.
It's Seth Yoder.
Well, tonight. Yeah. This morning, afternoon.
Four-sport athlete. Didn't really look the part there for a second.
Hey, Coach Stearns has done a lot to this field this year, and he's still got a lot of work to do, but I know he's pretty proud of what he's been able to accomplish on this field. I mean, the main difference, obviously, is as Leighton fields that bunt, and he's not going to throw in time. Very quick runner and Daryl Guston right there. But what I was saying is the main difference you can see is there's now grass in the base paths.
Oh, yeah. That's a huge difference compared to last year, as before it was dirt. That last play was a bunt to Leighton. That was actually a very good bunt, like perfectly in between the pitcher and the third baseman. And a very, very quick runner. So gets one man on first. That was the issue last inning. Got one man that got walked to first. And then they were able to just hit the ball in the outfield, and he was able to tag up on everything and score.
And you got to watch Guston. He is very quick. He has 10 stolen bases on the year, which total, the Bulldogs have 110 stolen bases on the year through 19 games, which is about 4.5 stolen bases per game. So they are a team that is looking to run early and often, so we'll see if they send Guston here.
This is a very athletic group. This might be one of the best teams Mississinewa will play all season, honestly. As that last pitch was a strike,
and he is off, but it's going to be a foul ball, so he's got to go back.
Make it 1-2 now. Still with one out, though. He took off there. I thought he was going to make it if it wasn't for the foul ball. Already got one stolen base as well as Camden stole second. KT struggled on the transfer.
Way to get back, because it looked like we had him leaning a little bit there, but Guston is quick and he knows how to steal bases, so he got back to that outside corner in time.
Also a bit of a taller guy, can definitely stretch. He's safe
but as you can see, they are definitely worried about him on first base.
Yes, they are. As here comes the pitch, and he swings and he strikes out. That's a
big out for Schwartz right there. Second out. Now you can get out of this without any damage.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Batting now number 3, Eli Sahusky. Sahusky, my bad, yeah.
Oh, they had him at first. A better throw might have had Guston there. But, man, he was halfway down the second base, and they did a snap throw back, just not a perfect throw.
Yeah, that was close. I definitely thought they had him for a second, but was able to get back in time.
He takes off.
KT throws it, and that's just a little bit.
I think even a great throw there, he's still safe because he is a quick guy there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
2-0 count now, too.
Just a little bit left. From our point of view, it's just a little bit left. From Cal's point of view, just a little too right.
As the old saying goes, just a bit outside.
Yep.
I can't remember what movie that's from.
It's from Major League.
There you go, Major League.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3-0 count now. And as we said, you had 2 outs with a runner on first. You can limit the damage here or not have any damage, but if you walk this guy, then you're putting yourself in a world of trouble here. Still 2 outs, so time, but you don't want to have to get into these situations all game.
Jacob got him right there, though, looking. See what he throws here. This is going to be his. And that's
a rocket to left field. That's going to get down. Run's going to easily score. And they have a play at second base. Just gets in there. What a hit by Sahusky there.
That was a very good hit.
Trading places there with his buddy Gustin on second.
Yep. That was also a very good throw by Kellen Rock. I did not think it was going to be close at all, the play at second, but it got there. Even though there really wasn't much of a play, it got there.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Good arm out there from Kellen Rock. But now we have runner on second again with 2 outs, and now it is Quade Hall, the number 9 hitter, up to bat. And this is the batter you want to get. You do not want to go back to the top of their lineup with runners on base.
For sure, especially when the last guy that scored was Novak, was the leadoff guy. Pitch number 2 here. And he hits it up into the air. Kavion Martin is under it, and he catches it, and that'll do it for the inning. Lapel Bulldogs lead 2-0, scoring 1 run in that inning. We'll be right back. we are back. Had a little spider situation here in the press box. Seth Yoder up to bat. We mentioned last year Kai Newman was the one pitching against Mississinewa. Had 11 strikeouts and only allowed 2 hits. One of the hits was a triple by Deacon Diltz, and the other was a single by Seth Yoder.
Well, if he could do that again, that'd be a good start here to the inning. But, oh, that's just a ball. That looked like a good curve strike there from our angle, but, Seth will take it.
Mentioned last year, Seth was able to get, as that is strike, to make it 1-2, able to get that one hit. He played third base that game. Got playing time last year, but sat most of the time, mainly due to the fact that, well, last year it just had 9 seniors. Very difficult to get in the lineup. Also played his freshman year. Had 3 home runs that year. Definitely been waiting on him to possibly get that 4th career home run. Was not able to get one last year.
Well, the Bulldogs wanted that one right on the inside corner, but the ump did not give it to him.
2-2. This will be the 6th pitch. As he hits that one
Out of play.
Out of play. Lands on the concrete and rolls over to the shot put field.
Almost on the shot put gravel.
Yeah, about 6 inches away from it. What it looks like. This is now going to be the 7th pitch thrown at him.
And
they
that
call
is a
it
strike.
Right there. Yep.
Strikeout for the first out of the inning.
Very good strike right there.
This, and I'll tell you what, this has got to be a pitcher that you do not want to see as a lefty.
Oh, no, for sure. For sure.
Kai Newman being a lefty with as strong and powerful and his wipeout stuff he has, and then Leighton Stearns standing in there as a lefty, that's got to be an intimidating at-bat for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. As Leighton swings and misses on that first pitch.
And that's about as much contact as the Indians have gotten all game is just foul tips.
Oh, yeah, for sure. As that
Kai Newman is definitely pitching very well so far.
0-2 hit as we are getting catered up here.
Well, we aren't.
We aren't, but
that's fine though.
Yeah,
I had some food going in, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Drop, third strike. Throw down to first is good. So, hey, 5 straight strikeouts.
Yeah,
for Kai Newman.
That is 2 outs now.
Yep, 5 up, 5 down, all coming on the strikeout.
And I'm actually curious. I'm going to look up. Not only told you that he pitched against us last year, but what about the year before that in the same round robin at Northfield that time? It was a 4-1 game. It was not Kai Newman. It was a different senior. I can't even pronounce that last name, so I'm not even going to attempt it. But it was not Kai Newman the year before last. He did, however, bat that game. He did not have a hit. Never mind. All right.
So he's been a dominant pitcher the last 2 years.
Yes, he has. As this is Cal Quadrer right here, and that pitch.
And this is his first 3-ball count of the game. Can Cal and Quadrer be the first base runner?
3-1 right now. Comes the pitch. That's outside, and he walks the his first batter.
First runner to get on.
Yeah.
Cal didn't even really have anything to swing at on that one. And I would be shocked if they tried to send Cal in here. Just because Kai's been so good so far, I wouldn't. try to make outs on the base path. But we'll see. Kyler Thompson up to bat now. He has a couple of walk-off hits this season. First 2 games of the season, I believe.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. His overall batting percentage is 194, which isn't bad for a sophomore in his first year starting. Yeah, you got him. Yeah, he's down. B. All right, just thank you, Matthew Stevens, for killing the bee.
Did you?
You got the spider? Okay, yeah, we got a spider too. As they check on Cal.
Yeah, if you heard that loud noise in the background, that was Matthew Stevens killing a bee for us. So we appreciate it. And we did get the spider, so there's that. So we're not bug infested anymore.
KT swings and misses. It was actually a foul tip, the ump said, but this is a 1-2 count. Like I was saying, this Kyler Thompson's, he's a sophomore. This is his first year starting a full season. Started 2 or 3 games last year a few times, but when you have Deacon Diltz at catcher, it's going to be very difficult.
Well, that might be trouble in the right field line. And it is. It lands down, and they're going. That's going to score Callan Quadrer first run of the game. And Kyler is standing up with an RBI double. A perfect placed hit.
Incredible play by Kyler Thompson. Just nailing it right inside fair territory.
Courtesy runner now for Kyler. That looks like it's going to be Merrick Mobley running at second base.
Yeah, Kyler Thompson is the catcher.
But, hey, talk about perfectly placed ball. The outfielder, I don't know who's in right field. That's going to be Quade Hall. He made one heck of an attempt to lay out and catch, but just out of the reach, right on the right field line. So you couldn't have put it any better.
No, you couldn't. That is also Newman's first run scored against him against Mississinewa. It was not 3-1 last year. It was 3-0.
So now Gavin Baumgartner's up to bat, and if he can get another little bloop like he did against Madison Grant, game's tied.
Baumgartner, he's the DH. He's played 6 games, has a .429 batting percentage. Very good with 3 hits and 1 RBI.
Yeah, Gavin is mainly a pitcher for this team.
But he's really turned it up recently.
I was going to say, he's held his own at the plate, too.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Definitely no slouch.
That's going to be a ground ball to first baseman. This is going to be a tough play, but the pitcher, Newman, gets over in plenty of time.
But the Indians score 1. The Indians score 1, scoring Callan Quadrer on an RBI double by Kyler Thompson. And don't go anywhere. We will be right back for the 3rd inning.
the third inning, shortstop number 6, Cam Novak.
And we are back to the top of the lineup. Camden Novak, as that first pitch was a ball. He hits this one over to Jasper Ballage, and it's just a little too much for the freshman. Novak gets on base on the error.
Yeah, might have had a small little bad hop there, but hit him right in the glove and just couldn't come up with it. And this is exactly what happened in inning number 1, where the leadoff guy gets on, he steals second, and then it's really hard to keep him out from scoring at that point.
Especially when he had 3 very good batters right afterwards that were able to just hit the ball deep, and he was able to tag up. This one's a bunt right over to Leighton
bunt.
Stearns.
And he is barely out at first base. My goodness, that was close.
That was close, but I think that was the right call. But that's as close as it could get. It was very tight. That's 1 out right there.
Yeah, that was an interesting play. Schwartz could have fielded that ball, but he stepped over the ball to let Leighton get it. And that's what made it a little bit closer. I think if Schwartz picks that up and fires it, he might not be as close. But, hey, either way, got the out. But now you have a runner on base with 1 out.
I would actually argue if Jacob was the one to pick it up, he would be safe. Jacob's momentum was pulling him towards third base. He would have to almost stop.
Oh, and the ball gets by Kyler. And now we have a runner on third with 1 out. And this is exactly what Lapel does to you. They got speed, so they play their bunts and their pass balls and stuff and get runners in scoring position without really many hits. They're just good at what they do.
Yeah. But like I was mentioning, I feel like if Jacob were to field that bunt, he would have to stop, get his feet set, and then fire, whereas Leighton's momentum was already carrying him to first base. I think that was actually the right play to do. And that one's going to be a ball, so that's 0-2 now.
I was trying to look at it before that bunt happened, but Novak, the leadoff hitter, has 23 stolen bases on the year in 19 games.
23, so make it 24 as he stole 1 in the last inning. This is a now 3-0 count with only 1 out here.
You got to wonder, and I know it's only the top of the third inning, and Schwartz hasn't looked too bad, but with another game right after this and some big conference opponents coming up, you got to wonder how long they're going to let Schwartz go here, if he's just getting thrown a lot of balls, if he's getting hit, or what. You may have a longer leash on him because you have a game next and you can't use all your pitchers if you want to have pitchers for next game too.
Yeah, for sure. There's other options. Obviously, you're going to save Kenny Ayala for like the big conference games. You're going to save. We saw Kavion Martin pitch against Madison Grant. They're probably going to save him for the conference games, which I don't even think he's eligible right now.
No, he just pitched the other day.
Yeah. But you got other guys, like you got Gavin Bumgardner, the DH who can pitch. You got Leighton Stearns.
Leighton's actually been a really good pitcher this year.
He has been very good. Does not have a very good fastball, but outside of that has very good sets, skills. And that one's going to be fouled off, so that'll be an 0-2 count. Also mentioned other possible pitchers. You got Seth Yoder, who's pitched a few times this year in relief over in right field. As here comes the ball in the dirt, so that'll be a 1-2 count.
And the runner does steal second base. That was
Riley
Hudson. Yeah, that's sole second base. And I believe I think he has 10 or 12 stolen bases on the year. That was his 13th stolen base on the year. So like I said, this team they're running early and often, and they're not going to stop until you can prove that you got a catcher that can throw them out.
For sure.
Infield is halfway. Leighton and Kavion are basically on the grass, and Callan now backs up double play depth, but Jasper's kind of halfway. This is kind of interesting alignment for the infield. Good stop by KT.
That'll make it a 2-2 count, just a little low and outside. As you don't want this one to get away from you. We get 2 outs right here at a possible strikeout on Jackson Kripe.
Yeah, a strikeout here would be huge. And it's going to be a fly ball to left field.
But Kellen rocks under it, but can he shoot him down?
No, that's going to score a run. But they go to third base, and they have a play, but Leighton drops the ball, which it was going to be really close anyway. I don't know if they would have had him, but another run for the Bulldogs, but the Indians get their second out of the inning.
Make it 3-1 now.
Yeah, Leighton had to make that play really quick. He had to catch and tag all in like one motion, so he tried to make it too quickly and just didn't have the ball. But like I said, it was going to be really, really close.
He kind of sold it
Either
well.
way.
He did not have the ball, but he sold it like he did.
Unfortunately, the umpire's right there, so he knew where the ball was.
No, I meant like,
to the runner.
To the runner, yeah.
Oh, that's going to be trouble. That's going to drop.
That is a weird spot, and that's going to score.
Yep, that's kind of just like KT's hit in the first inning.
Yeah, just a little bit more shallow, but yeah.
Just a perfectly placed ball in the outfield where nobody could get it, and that scores another run. We got a courtesy runner over at first. That's number 8, Brayton Stewart. Is courtesy running.
Courtesy runner for Lapel, number 8, Brayton Stewart.
Brought in a courtesy runner. However, he is not the pitcher nor the catcher, so a little odd there, but
I think I actually heard the umpire say pinch runner, but I don't know. High school baseball and softball rules are so weird to me because you can substitute people out for pinch hitting and pinch runners, but then bring that player back in, which is really odd to me. As long as it's the original starter, you can bring them back into the game after you sub them out, which is super weird.
Is rather strange. It's a 0-1 count here. It's the left-handed batter. He swings for the fences on that one.
Both of those first 2 swings, he was swinging for the fences. That's Gustin, and Gustin does have a hit already today. And he does lead their team in home runs on the year. He has 2, so.
Yeah, he's looking for the third, but he gets
hits
hit.
him.
Gustin's hit by a pitch.
And they're having a good time out there. They're smiling back to the dugouts. They're having a good time out there. Obviously, Schwartz is not having a good time on the mound, but
Yeah.
that's what we always got to remember. It's high school sports, and yeah, you want to win, but you really want to just have a good time and have fun out on the field.
Exactly.
Good turnout here. I love it. Good turnout for both teams. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, afternoon.
Yeah, for sure. Not to mention Northfield crowd. Some of them have stuck around.
Yeah, they're playing Mississinewa on the next game, so they're sticking around, but they probably went to go get some food.
Yeah, probably at McDonald's. That's really about all we got.
That's all we got.
Yeah, decent Mexican.
You could have gone to
restaurant.
Arby's.
Yeah, who goes to
What's
Arby's?
that? The breakfast place that just built a new building down there.
Oh, Spider's back.
There's another spider.
There's another spider.
Kurt, come get it.
Hey, you think if I get if I get bit, can I become Spider-Man? Like,
I don't think it really works like that.
I think it does work like that. Or it might kill me.
If it's a Black Widow, you're dead.
Or I become Spider-Man.
Or you die.
But have we
2-0
really
count.
tested that?
It's a 2-0 count nonetheless. Now it's 2-1. I just don't like spiders.
Wimp.
He's definitely not moving as fast as that other one was, though.
That other one was quick. As it is right now 2-1. He could have gone to Burger King. There's a few things out by 69. Not Taco Bell, though. Taco Bell's gross. Yeah, killing it. Killing it with a microphone. Still killing it. Still alive. Still alive.
I must have chopped off a couple legs when I did that, but he is still... he's dead under there now.
He's gone. All right.
We got him. 2-2 count now. 2 outs. Runners on first and second.
2-2 count on number 44, Ray Smith. Oh, he wanted that one. He almost committed, but just outside, make it full count with 2 outs. Really want to get this one right here. Do not want bases loaded with Eli up to bat, because Eli got a hit last inning, didn't he? Or double? Yeah, he got that double last inning. Bases still loaded here. No, it's full count, not bases loaded. I'm an idiot.
It's going to be a play right towards Bryson. He makes it, and the Indians get out of the inning. But the Bulldogs score 2 more to make it 4-1.
Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. We are back. Leading off is freshman Jasper Ballage, the shortstop. See what he can do against this very good senior pitcher. And he swings and misses on the first one.
Yeah, he was expecting that fastball, but Newman gave him the breaking ball, and he was just way out in front.
And that's where the fastball was, right there.
Yep, Newman is no doubt a great pitcher.
For sure. All kinds of tricks. And he strikes him out looking right there. Good learning moment for the freshman, I guess. Derek's panicking for no reason. I don't know what you're yelling about. Oh, I see it now. There's another spider. Yeah, we just killed another one between innings, and this one made Derek jump out of his seat. That was a big spider. That's a good hit, and it lands right in front of the right fielder, so Kavion Martin gets on base. No, you got it. You're a big girl. You can handle it. Derek's still freaking out over his spider as Kavion Martin gets on base. And killed another spider, and now it's on the computer. Vasquez swings on the first pitch, so it'll be an 0-1 count now. Here, use the paper. Yeah. There's spider guts on his laptop now, so. As he checks on Kavion Martin, and he is safe. I don't think Kavion has a stolen base on the year yet. See what Vasquez does here on the second pitch he receives, and that's a strike. There's now an 0-2 count.
Well, this is the only reason I hate spring and summer. Spiders.
And he strikes him out looking right there. That is a very nice pitch. And let's see what Kellen Rock can do here. Has one home run on the season. He is a very dangerous hitter.
Kavion Martin does have 5 stolen bases on the season.
He does have 5 stolen bases. Okay.
So he could take off if he wanted to, but with 2 outs, you're down 4-1. You just need runners on base to try to get anything going. So I would not think he was going. I'll give you one guess, Aiden, on who the leading stolen base player on the Indians is. Ooh. And, of course, as I say that, he takes off and he's safe.
He's safe over at second. Thought about third for a second. A little bit too tall to catch it through, but
we have 2 players on our team with over 10 stolen bases, but our leader is 14. See if you can guess.
14. So I don't think it'd be Cal. I don't think he has the on-base percentage. No offense, Cal. I think it's Seth. Is it Seth?
No, our leading stolen base for the Indians is Kellen Rock.
It's Kellen Rock. Okay.
14 stolen bases on the year for Kellen Rock.
Oh, wow. Not have expected that. As he swings at that one, make it 2-1 now.
Callan Quater is right behind him at 11.
Okay.
Other than that, Seth has a 9, and then everybody else is 5 or less. So not as big of a stolen base team.
Yeah. I got number 3. Strike. That's not 3.
Strike 2.
Strike 2.
2-2 count on Kellen.
Yeah.
Base hit will score another run.
And you mentioned not a very big stolen base team. And that's
swing and a miss.
As that's strike 3.
I believe that is a strikeout the side, too. So you got a runner on, but 3 more strikeouts for Newman, and he's. Hey, Kirk, do you know how many strikeouts Newman has so far in this game? Through 3 innings? 8 strikeouts. So 9 outs, 8 of them being strikeout for Newman. So he is feeling it today.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Mentioned not much of a stolen base team. Last year, our stolen bases is actually kind of a funny stat. If you look at our stolen bases, it goes Deacon Dilch with 20+. Cohen Bailey had 15. And then number 3 was Nolan Quaderer with 5, funny enough. So it was a very immediate drop-off after Cohen Bailey and Deacon Diltz.
And Kellen Rock has not been caught all year, so 14 for 14.
14 for 14 has not been caught. Wow. So, but Cal is second. I thought he didn't have the on-base percentage, but when he gets on base, he takes every opportunity he gets. I'm not going to lie. For a second, the way you were saying, guess who has the most stolen bases, I almost thought it was like, there's no way it's Leighton Stearns, right?
No, Leighton has 2, and he's been caught twice, so he's only 2 for 4. But that is interesting you say that, because before the season started, actually, if you talk to Coach Stearns right now, if you needed a guy on first base and you had to have a stolen base, Leighton would be one of his top options, because he does the new kind of jump stolen bases that people are teaching kids nowadays, and he's been doing it long enough to where he's kind of got it down. But so it's interesting that you said that. But no, he's 2 for 4 on the year and hasn't had many opportunities for stolen bases.
Eli Husky up to bat now. Had a double the last time he was up to bat.
Yeah, he was the first RBI of the game, a massive double out to left field. Sorry, not first one, second. He was their second run.
So
that one went behind Kellen Rock in left field the last time up.
As that first pitch is a foul ball, and it is 0-1 to start off. Here comes pitch number 2, just outside. Make it 1-1 now.
Schwartz still in the game. He hasn't pitched bad. He's just untimely hits, a couple of walks, stolen bases, and that's what Lapel does. But this is his game for a little bit because there's nobody warming up. And like I said, you probably got to save some pitchers for the next upcoming games.
And you might be thinking, too, Kai Newman is Lapel's guy. So why is Lapel wasting their guy on a non-conference team? Well, that's because every game's a non-conference game for Lapel.
Yeah.
Lapel, if you did not know, is not in a conference at all. They're a freelance team.
Also, we're getting closer to sectionals time with 2 weeks left, so coaches are starting to think about how they need to line their guys up for sectionals. And depending on how many pitches you throw, you have to have so many days off. So I'm sure they're keeping track of his pitch count down there, only letting him get to a certain amount. But especially if the game is well in hand for Lapel, then they'll definitely, I would assume, not let him go all 7 innings. But you never know.
Yeah, never know. Still got a long game as we got 1 on base now with no outs. And thought it was going to hit him for a second, but it does not. This is Hall up to bat. That is looked a little inside, but umpire calls it a strike. It's 1-1 now. Schwartz, swing and a miss, and that'll be 1-2 now. Hall, a left-handed batter. See if Jacob can strike him out here, get him to swing. And he does, and he launches this one over to right field, and Seth Yoder's right under it, and he looked like he was going to go to second for a second, but decided against it, as that is 1 out. First out of the inning.
Runner on first, 1 out, brings up top of the order, shortstop number 6, Cam Novak.
Now we're at the top of the lineup once again with Camden Novak. Schwartz. Pitch 1 up the middle, right to Bryson Vasquez. And he gets it for the second out.
Quick 2 outs there for Schwartz here. Now to try to get that third to get the Indians back in the plate, at the plate.
A.J. Nunley up to bat now. See what Schwartz throws him on the first pitch. Got that outside corner for a 1-0 count. But yeah, we mentioned Lapel isn't in a conference. And Jacob checks on the runner. We'd say the chances are we get him to join the CIC.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of rumblings about CIC stuff recently, whether they want to. What a throw by KT to get him out.
Oh, man, I was looking
Nunley,
down.
not Nunley, but Shahaki has stolen 10 bases on the year, so that's a good throw out by KT to get out of the inning. But I was just going to say, I've heard some talks of CIC about just trying to figure out what to do with it, but obviously nothing's going to happen right now. But we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I know some of, like, for example, our basketball team wants to play so more teams that we play in our sectional, so that could change our schedule a little bit for basketball, adding like a Belmont, Norwell, obviously,
yeah.
Marion.
We already played Norwell, though.
We already played Norwell, Marion, but we don't play Belmont. We don't play Heritage or New Haven, so
yeah,
definitely want to add those to our schedule. But we'll have to see. Obviously, I'm not in charge of all that, and there's a lot that goes behind the scenes and all that. So people that get paid a lot more than I do make those decisions.
Yeah,
I just go and stream them. That's just me.
Yeah, I always feel like if you're going to play anyone, especially in football, your 2 free games should definitely be sectional games. Not sectional games, sectional teams, obviously. So, yeah.
For the Indians, bottom of the fourth inning, rather. Right there to number 7, Seth Yoder.
Seth Yoder beats out an infield hit to shortstop. Good start to the inning.
Hit that ball very hard. Definitely took the shortstop a second to.
Yeah, it was hit very hard. Usually hard hit balls like that you don't beat out in the infield. So I don't know exactly if his shortstop pumped one too many times or hesitated or what. But either way, Seth Yoder beats it out, and we got a runner on with nobody out.
As that pitch got the inside just a little bit for the first strike. It is 0-1. Just outside to make that 1-1 now. Pitch number 3 here. Layton hits it up the middle, and Kripe is there to catch it. as that'll pull up out number 1. Callan Quad, another B goes down, so Matthew is 2 for 2 right now. Callan Quader up to bat. This was Kai Newman's one and only walk of the game so far was against Cal, as that first one's a strike. And Seth tries to steal, but it is just a little too late on the tag. It was a good throw.
Seth's 10th stolen base on the year.
It was a good throw, but just Seth had a very good jump and was able to slide in on the corner just barely in time. Really, it was a very good play by the second baseman, but just a better play by the shortstop. Not the shortstop, but better play by the base runner. They checked up on him. 0-1 count. That was a strike when they threw down, and make it 0-2 now, as Cal swung on that one. Try to get you another update on the softball game when we can. That one's low, so it'll be a 1-2. Be a 1-2 count.
They're winning 8-5 in the top of the 5th.
Score is 8-5 in the top of the 5th for the Mississinewa baseball. Not the baseball team, the softball team at Homestead. Al calls time. Ball's high. And the third, and he makes it to third.
His 11th stolen base on the year.
11th stolen
now
base.
tied with Quadro for the second.
Yeah.
And, hey, if you can do that, now you got a runner on third with 1 out, so anything in the infield scores another run, or any kind of in-play ball, unless it's a pop fly, kind of scores a run. So let's see if Quadro can put one in play here.
For sure, ball low, make that full. But again, that was once again another good throw by the catcher and another good play by the third baseman. It's just the base runner just simply made a better play and got a better jump. Full count. Waterer in the dirt. No!
Quadro thought that was a ball, but in my opinion, it's one of those where it's too close to take, especially with an umpire that's been calling them pretty consistently all night. You just now you need a base hit to score that run instead of just anything in play.
I also noticed the catcher took off like it was the third out. It was not, and it had a bit of a panic moment as there was a runner on third, but the catcher came down just enough. He didn't take off far enough for Seth to take home. KT almost got hit right there. Thought he did for a second. Fouled off the first one, so it is 1-1 now. That one's inside as well, so make it 2-1 now. Kyler Thompson, not the only hit, but the only RBI so far. He hit it right over to right field, right inside of fair territory. And he hits that one down the middle, and that is down, and that will score Seth Yoder. And Kyler Thompson is running to second. And he gets a stand-up double, scores one.
That's his second RBI double of the game already so far. So out of everybody, Kyler's definitely seeing the pitcher the best and making some good, solid contact.
Jackson Cribe dived out and attempt to catch that. I thought he
that
had
was
it
one
for a second.
heck of a try at center field there. Yeah, that was. We just heard like the right fielder. He's doing it again. He's shifting way over towards right. And if he was dead center like he should have been, that's an easy catch. But yeah, he is shifting way towards right field.
Bumgardner hits this one over to second, and that's going to be the final out of the inning. Yeah, he was shifted right. I noticed that like before the hit, and I noticed he was shifted right for Kyler Thompson, but when Leighton Stearns was up to bat, he was actually over more to left field. So that shift really depends on which hand the batter bats. But it was just a little bit too right that time. It winds up benefiting the Indians more than anything with another score. All right, another wasp goes down here in the dugout. I mean, not the dugout, the press box. Took a few hits for this one. That one was tough. But
Lapel in the top of the fifth. Second baseman number 4, A.J. Nunley.
as we start top of the fifth, A.J. Nunley batting. And he looks to bunt, but he reeled that one back for a 1-0 count. He swings and misses at that one, so make it 1-1 now. Still don't see anyone warming up in the bullpen, so this is probably all Jacob Schwartz here as he lays down a bunt, but barely just goes foul. So that'll be 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cannot bunt anymore. Well, he can, but risk the chance of, if it's foul, being an out. One, 2 here. Swings, hits that one, and it is fouled. Lands somewhere. Not sure where. As stays 1-2. That one's just outside, trying to get him to chase, make it 2-2 now. comes the next pitch. Ooh, almost tried to get that corner. Probably was just a little too low. Very nice pitch, though, as it is now full count. Just outside, that'll be a walk. So leadoff batter draws a walk with 0 outs. Riley Hudson is back up to bat now. If you're wondering where Derek Gowan went, well, he is currently drafting. He's just looking. He's just looking at players.
You're doing such a good job, Aiden. I just thought I'd let you do it.
Oh, he got him. Novak tried to slide back. He did not make it. Kavion Martin picks him off. Very good play. Too much of a cushion. Got too far out there. Tried to slide back, but didn't make it back to the bag. And Kavion Martin gets the easy tag out. Very good play by Jacob Schwartz and Kavion Martin, 2 sophomores. Looked to bunt for a second, but he reeled back, so that'll be a 1-0 count. As here comes pitch number 2 at Riley Hudson. That one's high, so it'll be a 2-0 now. Derek's in a dynasty league and is currently drafted. He is currently looking at Alvin Kamara. I don't know what he's looking at or why he's even looking at him, but okay. As Riley Hudson hits this one over to left, and it is gone. That is a single-run home run for Riley Hudson. Very good hit by Riley Hudson. Almost into the trees back there, too. Novak didn't get picked off there. That would have scored 2, but it scores just 1. As it is now 2-5 at the top of the 5th inning. Schwartz's first pitch after the home run is just a little outside. Jackson Kripe up to bat now, as Jacob Schwartz missed the catch. Ball rolls. Just a little bit in the outfield. Going into the bottom of the 5th, Mississinewa softball is up 11-5. Jackson Kripe hits this one into foul territory and just barely outside the park. Kavion Martin looked like he could have had a shot, but it just lands just slightly outside the fence. Lucky break for Jackson. If that ball was just a little bit more inside, it looked like Kavion would have caught that. At least had a chance to catch that one. And that one's a strike. This is now 1-2. Strike. Kripe hits that over to Leighton Stearns. He does not field it cleanly. Was trying to catch it. Drops the ball. Had to get back up. Could not make a safe throw to first, so he just held on to it. Now batting is Kai Newman, the pitcher. First pitch, strike, right down the middle. See what he throws him. Pitch number 2, he checks on the runner. Kripe is safe on the bag. Pitch is actually behind Newman for a 1-1 count now. Newman hits that one over to right, and that is fouled. Very hard hit ball. This is 1-2 count with only 1 out. Hits that one over to center field. Bryson Vasquez gets it. It was down. That'll be a single. Now they get a courtesy runner. Gustin up to bat. He got hit by a pitch last at bat. Also mentioned earlier that he leads the team in home runs with 3, I'm pretty sure. He swings and misses at that one. With 2, actually. Watches that one to make it 1-1. There's another B in here. Maybe not for long. It's not on Matt's side. It's on our side, so he might not kill this one. Swing, foul. It was almost caught up here. Remains 1-2. No, that makes it 1-2, actually. My bad. Gustin swings and he hits that one over to right. Scores 1. Shoots it over the third. Kripe scores. That is an RBI double for Gustin right there. And a timeout is called. Josh Stearns is going to talk to his team here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. we are back after that timeout. Catcher Ray Smith now up to bat. Pitch number 1, and that looked like a strike, but they call it a ball. So it's 1-0 now. Pitch number 2, that one's a strike. Schwartz's third pitch here. Hits that over, and it goes foul into the tennis courts over there. Luckily, no one is playing. So it'll be 1-2 now for Jacob Schwartz. Feels like the last 2 batters also caught him in a 1-2 count, as that is 2-2, just slightly outside. He did not go. So this 2-2 count. It's that up and in the air. Kavion Martin comes over and catches it for the second out of the inning.
The designated hitter number 3, Eli Sahusky.
Eli Sahusky up to bat here. First pitch, just high. So it'll be a 1-0 count. Pitch number 2, just high once again, so it'll be 2-0. Pitch 3 is just outside. Should be 3-0 count here early on. Get a strike right here. And he fouls this one off and just over the fence for strike number 1. And that is strike number 2 right there. It's full count with 2 outs here. Runners on second and third. Pitch outside, make it bases loaded now. Quade Hall, the right fielder, now is up to bat. We might have a pitching change this time. Josh Stearns meets with Jacob once again. And he just waved in Bryson Vasquez. And Bryson might be pitching now. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Okay, so after some lineup changes, is Bryson Vasquez, and his first pitch is outside for ball number 1. Bryson Vasquez moves in from center field. It is now Seth Yoder over in center field, playing just a little bit right. Currently, actually, as that is 2-0. And over in right field now is freshman Levi Crandall. As that one's fouled off for strike number 1 for a 2-1 count. Score 6-2. Lapel leads. That ball's outside, so it'll be 3-1 now. Vasquez's pitch fouled off, and Kenny Ayala almost makes the catch in the dugout. But doesn't. It's full count with 2 outs, bases loaded. Vasquez, pitch, fouled off, right back at us. Was ready for that one. As it remains full count, 2 outs with bases fully loaded. That ball's outside, and it results in a walk, and the score extending to 7-2 Lapel. Now we're back to top of the lineup. Camden Novak is up to bat. Right-handed batter. It's 1-0 now. And he fouls that one off for strike number 1. Almost hit some Northfield fans over there, actually. Vasquez, pitch number 3, just a little high for a 2-1 count now. Vasquez fouled off. So now it'll be strike number 2 for a 2-2 count. It's 2-2 now. Vasquez trying to get final out. Timeout is called. Novak called it. Be pitch number 7. No, not number 7. I don't know where I'm getting my numbers at. Pitch number 6, and that's a strikeout for the final out of the inning. We'll be back for the bottom of 5. Don't go anywhere.
After 4.5 innings of play, Lapel 7, Mississinewa 2.
Bottom 5 or bottom 6?
Leading off for the Indians, bottom of the 5th inning, shortstop number 8, Jasper Ballard.
We are back for bottom of 5. Up to bat, freshman Jasper Ballage. Kai Newman still pitching. Ballage swings at the first one, and it is a 0-1 count to start us off. Hits that one over to the third baseman, but that goes foul.
Strikeout for Saturday. Brings up Top of the order, first baseman number 2, Adrian Martin. Start back with second alley in. Turns up Indian pitcher number 3, Bryson Bustos.
I saw on Facebook the other day that there was a dead infection. That could be. It looks like the same one. Someone must have got Melvin. That or someone must have taken suicide. I hate when people die. They are bad.
Left fielder, number 10, Colin Ross. Runners on the corner, 2 outs. Brings up Indian center fielder, number 7, Seth Yoder. Lapel in the top of the 6th inning. Second baseman number 4, A.J. Menley. First out of the inning. We get third baseman number 18, Riley Hudson.
We are back. Took a short little break there. There is one out. Swing and a miss. Right there for a 1-1 count. Very eventful last inning, as Vasquez got on base off an error by the pitcher. Then Kellen Rock got a nice hit that got him to first, and that advanced Vasquez over to third as well. And then Kellen, attempting to steal second, ends up getting thrown out for the final out of the inning. Fortunately, Mississinewa could not come away with another score there. Vasquez with another pitch and walks the batter, number 18, Hudson. Probably for the better. Hudson hit a home run on his last at-bat. Jackson Kripe now up to bat now, as that will be ball number 1. The pitch number 2 to Kripe, and that'll be ball number 2 for a 2-0 count. Pitch number 3, and that is a 3-0 count. See what Vasquez does here. Might get Kripe looking, and he does for the first strike. normally catch the batter just staring at it when it's a 3-0 count, as he fouled that one off to make it a full count now. Again, with only 1 out, Riley Hudson, my bad, on first base. And that one's outside, and it walks Jackson Cripe. Now up to bat is Kai Newman once again. He's pitched a very good game. Mississinewa only able to get a few hits on Kai. That pitch is a little high and outside for a 1-0 count. Still only 1 out here. Look to bunt, but he reels it back for a 2-0 count. Ball's high for a 3-0 count. Up the middle for strike number 1. Once again, just like Jackson Cripe before it, when they get in that 3-0, normally can catch the batter just staring at it, wanting the early walk. And gets it right there, 3-1, make it a 4-1 walk with the bases loaded now with only 1 out. Vasquez has to call timeout to adjust his throwing sleeve, meet with Callan Quadrer. Now it was Lapel that called time. Get a courtesy runner for the pitcher. That's strike number 1 right there. Pitch number 2, that's foul for an 0-2 count. Ball was low, so it'd be a 1-2 count. Got away from Kyler Thompson, struggled to find it for a second, but it didn't go anywhere. Thankfully, stayed within the circle. And third base coach meets with his batter, pitcher meets with his teammates, and umps meet with each other for a quick timeout. 1-2 count with only 1 out. Mississinewa trying to get out of this inning. Already in a bad situation, strikes him out swinging.
Strike out, second out of the inning. Catcher, number 44, Ray Smith.
Catcher Ray Smith now up to bat. Vasquez trying to finish off this inning and save this dangerous situation. That is ball number 1. Bases loaded. As a 2-0 count now. That is 3-0 now. Vasquez trying not to walk him here. If he walks him, that's a score. And he does. So now is 8-2. Lapel leads Mississinewa.
Loaded, 2 down.
And time is called as Josh Stearns will meet with Vasquez.
Seth Givers now on the mound for the Indians. Alex Vasquez moves back out to center field.
And we are back. Seth Yoder once again on the mound. B right in my face. And Matthew Stevens kills that one too.
I told him you do it a lot more graceful when you do it in the football field.
That one's fouled off. It's well out of play. That'll be a 2-1 count. Now, Seth Yoder is on the mound. Seth Yoder and Bryson Vasquez just simply switched places. We are now still attacking dead bees. I don't know what we're doing now. They're throwing the carcass out the window. Let nature handle the rest of it. Let nature handle the cleanup. As that last pitch was a strike, did I watch it? No, I was watching us throw away bees out the window. Swings at that one and misses. And that is a strikeout. Looked like he dropped that last strike, but it really wouldn't have mattered anyways. But thankfully, that got us out of the inning. Now we'll be at the bottom.
Bulldogs, eh? Indians, too. Seven innings usually, but if we tie, we go into extra innings. But we're gonna need to do something. We're gonna need to do something about that.
Leading off for the Indians in the pitcher number 7, Seth Yoder.
Yoder, pitch number 1 is a strike. To start us off, Kai Newman trying to finish off a very good game. Strike number 2. And Yoder hits one right into left field for a nice hit. And he's going to make it to second for a nice double. Great job by Seth Yoder. Just out of the reach of the third baseman. And in cheerful news, the Lady Indians at Homestead won their second game 11-8 against Homestead. So a very good win for them against a very big school, a much bigger school than Mississinewa. And that almost hit Leighton Stearns right there, but doesn't. Newman checks on the runner, forces him to go back, but no one was on base for an attempt at the tag. 1-0 count right now. Stearns. And Seth Yoder gets thrown out trying to steal third. Very good throw by the catcher. Attempting to steal. It is a 2-0 count, however, as that last pitch was high. And that is the first strike against Leighton Stearns. Right down the middle. That one just a little outside for a 3-1 count. As Layton hits that over to right field, and it falls just out of reach of the first baseman, and Layton Stearns gets on base now. With only one out. Unfortunately, though, Seth Yoder was out, attempting to steal third. And looks like we're going to have a pinch runner. Elijah Monday is going to be running for Layton Stearns. Got replaced possibly the slowest guy on the team with probably the fastest guy on the team. One out here. Callan Waterer up to bat. Elijah Monday is safe. They checked him real quick. That was just outside for ball number 1. Carter got walked earlier, but also struck out. This is his third at-bat. And that ball is low as well, so it is 2-0 now. He checks on the runner again. Aha. Gets it back home pretty convincingly this time around. Checks on him again. Gets to first once again. Almost at home. First baseman kind of short-armed the ball a little bit. 2-0 count here. Ball outside. Never mind. That was a strike. So 2-1 count now. Still with only one out. Looks at Elijah Monday again. Pitches it over to Cal, and that's a little too inside for a 3-1 count now. Again, over at Monday. Back to Quaderer. Pitch down the middle for a full count now. As they call time. Catcher and pitcher meet with each other.
Go Cal. Stay focused. Stay focused. Protect. Stay close.
Quaderer steps back in the box. Full count. Pitcher deciding. Over at Aha. Back to Quaderer. Back to Aha. Now over to Quaderer. And it's low. And that's going to be a walk. Now up to bat is Kyler Thompson. Mississinewa's most dangerous batter so far this game. 2 RBI doubles for Thompson so far. One over to right, one over to center field. Maybe this one will be over in left. Pitch. Oh, never mind. think time was called there for a second. Looks over at Monday. Now at KT. Back to Monday. Now to KT. And that one's high for ball number 1. Monday with a pretty big lead over at second. Second baseman was creeping a little bit on that last pitch. Now he's got a little bit more of a cushion. Kyler Thompson called time once again. Back in the pocket, tries to over to Monday, but it's a bad throw, and it ends up costing them with Elijah Monday over at third. It was just simply not a very good throw, as he threw it a little too high for the second baseman. And Aha able to get up and easily take third base. Quater stayed on first. Thompson still up to bat with a 1-0 count. Newman, strike one for a 1-1 count. Newman, a left-handed pitcher. I don't think he'll be attempting any pickoffs over at third. And you don't want to attempt a pickoff over at first with the possibility of creating an error and Elijah Monday scoring. Never mind, he does it anyways, right as I'm explaining why he wouldn't. However, Callan Quaterer was able to get back on the plate. Pitch fouled off by Kyler Thompson for a 1-2 count. One-two count. Wanted it, but held off for a 2-2 count now. And Matthew Stevens kills a fly. Flies are harmless, so I don't know why we did that one, but they're pretty annoying, though. Kyler Thompson gets struck out. Ball looked low from here, but no matter what we say, it is still 2 outs here. Runners on the corner. Gavin Bumgardner, the DH. Hit a ball over to second base earlier. Gavin hits that one and goes foul for an 0-2 count. Pitch number 3, Bumgardner goes foul once again. Shot over to third base. And he strikes out swinging, and that'll be out number 3 for Mississinewa. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for the 7th inning. Here we go again. Kenny Ayala is on the pitcher's mound as that one is fouled off for strike number 1. Mentioned we might not see Kenny Ayala due to the fact that he is one of our best pitchers and we got conference games, but wanting to throw him here so he doesn't go cold and is at least a little warmed up for the next conference game, which let me take a look at the next possible conference game, as that is another ball for a 2-1 count. After this, Mississinewa plays Blackford is the next conference game. Yeah, throw whoever you want. It does not matter. Never mind. All right, strike number 2. Blackford is not very good this season. The downfall of Blackford baseball needs to be studied. So, yeah. And then Mississinewa actually before that game plays Marion on Monday at Marion High School. The Blackford game will be here, and that will be senior night actually. And that's a hit up the middle over to center field. Good hit for the 9-hole Hall, and now brings the top of the lineup. With Novak batting.
Brings up shortstop number 6, Cam Novak.
Of course, I mentioned Marion's Monday, Blackford's Tuesday. Obviously, after this, they'll be playing Northfield, and actually after Blackford will be on the road at Oak Hill High School. So a huge rivalry game right there. Mississinewa 3-1 in conference play, ties first place. That is a strike number 1 right there for a 1-1 count. Ties first place. Oak Hill is 4-1. Eastbrook is 4-1. We're 3-1, and Frankton as well is 3-1. So it's a 4-way tie. We were supposed to play Frankton earlier in the year, but did not. That game was rescheduled to later in the year, so that is why we have only played 4 conference games to where everyone else has played 5. Our one lone conference loss was to Eastbrook, who actually got the conference plate, and then Eastbrook ended up losing to Frankton, and now Frankton currently holds the plate. Oak Hill's one conference loss was actually to Alexandria by 1. Time is called, and they called balk on Kenny.
Balk call. Hall advances to second base.
3-1 count here.
Novak draws a walk.
As that is a walk with 1 on first and second now.
Runners on first and second, nobody out. Brings up second baseman number 4, A.J. Nunley.
A.J. Nunley now up to bat. As Kyler Thompson calls time to talk to his pitcher. We are back back in play. No outs. Bunt is up, popped up, and that'll be strike number one. It hit the fence. So Kyler Thompson did not have the opportunity to catch it. So you mentioned the conference standings. If you're also curious, 5th place is tied. Madison Grant is 2-3. Alexandria is 2-3. 7th place is Blackford at 1-4. And Elwood is in last place, 0-5. As that is another foul ball bunt attempt for an 0-2 count. A.J. Nunley has attempted many bunts. None of them been super successful. And he hits that one over to left, and it falls right in front of Kellen. He shoots it over to Layton at third. But however, that is a base hit for A.J.
Third baseman number 18, Riley Hudson.
And now up to bat is Riley Hudson, the guy that hit a home run earlier this game, with bases loaded and 0 outs on the board.
Oh, yeah, right there. Yeah, right, yeah.
That ball's inside for 1-0 count. And they call 2-0 on that one. Mentioned the girls softball team was able to beat Homestead in their second game. Jenna House with 2 hits and 1 RBI. Charlie Ballage with 2 hits and 2 RBIs, 1 double and 1 home run. Parker Matchett with 1 hit and 1 RBI. Still no out, 3-1 count. Mills swings and misses at that one for a full count. Pitching that game, starting off, was Lila Greer. She gave up 7 hits, 6 runs, 7 strikeouts, 1 home run. In the first 5 innings she pitched, then Charlie Ballage came in, gave up 1 run. No, my bad. 1 hit, 2 runs, and handed out 1 strikeout to finish the game. And Callan Quater commits an error, and Mills is going to score 2 right there.
2 runs score on the air.
2 runs scored on the error, make it 10-2 now, as Mills hit that one right to Callan Quater over to second.
And then center fielder number 13, Jackson Cripe.
Jackson Cripe now up to bat. Mississinewa softball team, however, fell to Homestead in the game before. Lila Greer had 2 hits. Charlie Ballage had 1. Trejo had 1. Matchett had 1. And Jared Teagarden had 1. No RBIs. 1 double by Lila Greer. And a 1-4 loss. Pitching that game was Brooklyn Nash. As that ball goes foul on an 0-2 count. Pitching that game was Brooklyn Nash. She gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, 6 strikeouts, and gave up 1 home run in that one. So 2 home runs by Homestead today as well. 1 in game 1, 1 in game 2. 0-2 count. Kripe calls a timeout. Kripe calls time, I should say. Gets set back in the box. Pitch hits him. And that'll load bases up once again. Riley Hudson takes a leisurely stroll over to second base.
Here's the pitcher, number 11,
Kai Newman now up to bat. Swings and fouls off 1 for an 0-1 count.
This is not what you're hoping when you bring in your best pitcher at the end of the game.
Swings over into the tennis court for a now 0-2 count. Kenny was in a 0-2 count for the last batter as well, but unfortunately hit the batter, causing him to take his base. That's a strikeout right there. That is out number 1.
He's up first baseman, number 7,
Darrell now up to bat. And that's strike number 1 right there. And that'll be ball number 1, just slightly more outside. Swing and a miss, but ball goes past Kyler Thompson, causes a run, make it 11-2 now. 1-2 count with 1 out. Over to Callan Quaderer. Quaderer gets the out over at first, but that scores Riley Hudson
Hudson scored from 3rd.
from 3rd, make it 12-2. This is the top of the 7th, so the 10-run rule does not come into effect. Now they're calling him out. He's still refusing to leave. I don't know what he's doing. They called him out, and he kind of just stood on base like he wasn't. So that is out number 2 now for the inning.
Batting catcher, number 24, Ray Smith.
Ray Smith now batting the catcher. Number 44, as he fouled off that first ball for a 1-0 count. And he hits that one deep into left field. Can Kellen Rock get there? It bounces off his glove. And it bounced off him in fair territory, but the ball bounced over to foul territory. But because it hit him when he was fair, it remains a fair ball. And that scores another run for 13 to 2 now.
Brings up DH number 3, Eli Sahusky.
Ryan Sahusky, the DH, now up to bat. Kyler Thompson tries to get that's not the catcher anymore. Actually, that's number 5, Wade Solman. As that was a ball, the last pitch for 1-0 count. That ball's low for a 1-1 count now. Pitch number 3 goes past him as the batter was able to duck out of the way. Probably should have let that just hit him the way you get on base there. But 3-2, probably not worth the bruise. Not 3-2, 13-2, my bad. He hits that right over the middle to Jasper Ballage. Jasper bobbles it over to Kavion, and Kavion's able to get the final out of the inning. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 7th.
This is a new pitcher, so
Now on the mound for the Bulldogs, number 6, Cam Novak. Leading off the Indians, shortstop number 8, Jasper Ballard.
We are back for the final inning of this game unless we somehow tie. Jasper Ballage up to bat, fouls that one off to start. It is Camden Novak. Kai Newman's very good game ends as they put Novak on the plate to finish this one off. It is currently a 1-1 count. Ballage hits that one high over to the shortstop, and he makes the catch.
How about the shortstop for the first out?
A.J. Nunley moved over to shortstop and made that catch.
Brings up Indian first baseman number 2, Kavion Martin.
Kavion Martin now up to bat, the first baseman. There's one out now. And that's going to be a strike. Hit that outside corner. Comes pitch number 2 against Kavion. The ball was just a little high, so it would be a 1-1 count now. He swings and misses on that one. Kavion, the right-handed batter, but is left-handed. That one's high and outside, so that'll be a 2-2 count. Very quick pitches here from Novak. And that one fouls it off. As that was behind Kavion and was going to be a ball for make it full count. It hits the bat and is fouled off. That one's in the dirt for now. It'll be a full count. That one's inside, and that'll draw a walk. As Kavion takes his base, now up to bat is Brady Timmons, not Bryson Vasquez.
Now batting for the Indians, number 16, Brady Timmons.
This is his first at-bat of the season. If that name sounds familiar, that's because it is Camden Timmons' younger brother. He's pitched before, and he makes contact pretty good. Getting the foul for an 0-1 count now. That ball's high, so it'll be a 1-1 count now. Ball's low. Kavion Martin attempts to steal second, and he gets there just in time. That was a 2-1 count now. Good steal by Kavion Martin. Got there just in time. He's a two-sport athlete, also plays football. He's a wide receiver and a safety. Brady Timmons hits that one out to make it a 2-2 count. Brady kind of golfs at that one. Foul it off to stay alive. Still a 2-2 count now. Brady swings and misses at that one for out number 2. Now up to bat is actually Blake Farmer now.
Batting for the Indians, number 13, Blake Farmer.
Blake has batted this year before, I believe at the first game against Kokomo, and he almost peppers that left field line. So that goes foul. As that one's down the middle and strike for a 0-2 count now. Again with 2 outs here. Novak steps off the mound, trying to get Martin to go back. Farmer hits that one for another foul ball. 0-2, still 0-2 count. And that one's in the dirt for a 1-2 count now. Merrick Mobley on deck after Farmer. And that one's just outside for a 2-2 count. Farmer hits it, and it is caught by the left fielder. Very good catch. And that'll do it as the Lapel Bulldogs beat Mississinewa 13-2. Don't go anywhere, however, as our game against Northfield will start in about 20 minutes after this one. So definitely tune back in for that live stream as well. But for now,